So there is vocalization of the truth, and at the same time, it is about breaking, breaking something. Let's just say something for now. So when there isn't any clarity around what you're going to communicate, you end up speaking the wrong words. Emotions can be very, very intense and fiery, even if they are not romantic, if they're platonic. You know, this is about creative expression, and for writers especially, we know, like, if you don't find the right words, everything can sound wrong, and everything can go wrong. So especially when it comes to expressing emotions of the characters or the sentimental value of the scenario or the plot line, if that is not done, so you get stuck in a narrative which is not authentic. And then there comes a point when you're finishing the story or the novel or the article where you are going the rest of it, the second half of it, will have to be about undoing what was done before, and it's going to be about undoing what was done before. So the climax is going to be about bringing the truth together, truth of the matter together. So now the archetype of the Gemini is the twins, the two sides of the same coin, especially when you're speaking about the mind. We Our mind has two sides to it. Generally, Gemini mind, I mean, the negative polarity is doing its own thing, and the positive polarity is doing its own thing. They don't interfere with each other's business, and that's why uh, people who are working under the energy of the archetype of Gemini, uh, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, in either in any astrology chart, Western or Vedic, what can happen is that you you will get a bifurcation. Your 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 life will be split into two aspects. One is the aspect of the mind, the intellect, and the other would be the heart, that is emotions and feelings. But both of them together, and it happens from time to time that the people under the archetype of Gemini energy, they they do from time to time, but at very crucial points. It's not random. The decision has to be made. Like you have to take it up, the quest to make your mind and heart work together to deliver a truth at a very crucial points in your life. when when we are functioning with our minds and on one when they're split and we're functioning based on that split, the mind's going in one direction and the heart's going in the other in on another uh, path. So the mind is handling these set of things and the heart is handling these set of things, and there is no communication in between that. What happens is that people take advantage of this separation, of the gap, and they speak things, they spell things, which both the mind and the heart capture. And it becomes a sort of manipulation of somebody's state. They speak so when people who are looking to capitalize on this separation, or people who are manipulating you to stay in a state of separation, because they are so underdeveloped that they cannot see this wonderfully formed union. They cannot see this energy playing out of union. It's too bright for them. It's too beautiful for them. So what they do is they continue to manipulate. So their spell work, the manipulation spell work, was suddenly undone because a truth was spoken, the ultimate truth. There's a reason why this card jumped up with this card as I was trying to pick this card. The infinity symbol. It's the ultimate truth. It lasts for infinity. It's eternal. This is the one which indicates the heart space, and this is the sword, which indicates the mind space. They're both together, and you can see the crescent here and the crescent here. Something happened, I know for sure, something happened last night, where there was a sudden union state within certain individuals who were bound in this manipulation spell work, and then they have spoken their heart and undone. And this was clear communication. It might have sounded a little immature or a little raw. The vocabulary might have been really basic. it might have just been a collection of words, not even sentences, and not even fully formed sentences, but words in sequence. And the moon card here at night, words in sequence was spoken last night in either one of the realms, physically, telepathically, or spiritually. Geminis just go ahead and speak the truth, and whatever it is, they don't think about whether it's going to benefit them or if it's going to be a loss or if it's going to benefit anybody at all. But that's the thing about a communication sign. Our archetypes teach us to develop communication skills and how to speak. So even if it's just a string of words, we will know the sequence of it. We will know the algorithm of it. We are going to know. But because of some manipulative spell work that was done previously when we were in a state of separation, we got confused. We do get confused. And then we mix up the sequence or we use the wrong words. Probably, I highly doubt that there's wrong words, but the sequence is wrong. It's faulty. So last night there was some good uh good strong undoing spell work that was put in place. uh I see fire signs and earth signs tapping into uh the Gemini energy, the air signs energy, and speaking up. Mainly Gemini in union. And it does happen. We're not always in two minds. And it's false. We go and explore both the sides because we have the ability of getting a well-rounded perspective of of anything. Where we are supposed to communicate what happens in the negative polarity, we're supposed to communicate what happens in the positive polarity. We are supposed to communicate what happens in the balance with the negative and positive polarity. So if we are always continuously functioning in union state, we are not going to have information on what it is to fall into the negative polarity state of being and what it is going to be in the positive state of being. If we don't make use of this basic gift that we've been given of being able to function in dual aspects and in separation, highly functioning in separation, uh, we will not be able to evolve, we will not be able to grow, and we will not be able to put uh, this energy out there for other people to absorb. So that's a long introduction, but I think I was guided to get it out there. Beautiful, beautiful energies, and congratulations to everybody who could finally speak up. It's wonderful. Let's just see if we get any other messages. This set of cards has fairy tale symbology in them, pictures, and they're very beautiful to look at. As I was about to say, let's see if we can get a bedtime story. The it the devil too. So there is definitely interference. Now, like I was speaking, these people who had done manipulation spell work, these are the karmics. They come from a field of energy that is called the devil, and this is the ruler of the devil energy field, which is Satan, who we refer to as devil. So there are people here who were sleeping and they have been their sleep was interrupted. There was definitely because somebody because a lot of people spoke up last night. These other people who previously had done these spells, these devilish spells, it's it's spiritual crime. It's spiritual crime. Manipulating somebody psychologically to feed your fixation about them, to feed your obsession about them, to keep looking into their life, into their mind space. You know, when this energy is raw, there's a lot of astral projection going on when people are sleeping. You know, they're going into the astral bodies are traveling through the astral plane, and these really low vibrating souls that don't even form the collective of the hive, because the hive is actually nourishing on the nourishing the collective on a lower plane. Yes, they require the higher souls to uh, feed them energy, but they sit back and enjoy. They discard as well. You know, look at this. It's same. Now these type of souls, they cannot feed. They can only feed by crushing someone. They can only live by spying and stalking on someone. Spying and stalking, there's a thin line between being curious about what other people are doing versus spying and stalking continuously, repeatedly, causing interference in their astral travels, causing causing them uh, crushing their destiny by interfering in their process, crushing milestones in their destiny by interfering in the process, interfering in the travels. It's a crime, and for years and years, people have been getting away because you cannot prove these things happen. Cannot prove that somebody's trying to psychologically manipulate you. You cannot prove that somebody's interfering in your astral travels. You cannot you cannot prove that you're being spiritually attacked, that or somebody's breaking spiritual law. Any kind of spying, especially spying on somebody's astral plane activities, is forbidden. It's forbidden. This seems to me like, you know, these people who spy and stalk somebody's akashic records, astral plane travels, you know, who are lurking around, you know, uh, lurking around there on the pathways that people take during their dream state. travels, during the sleepwalks, they they hire these inorganic beings to crush them, to literally crush their dreams. It has repercussions, and these people are very well aware. They're very well aware that astral plane travels, Akashic records, obviously have an impact here in the physical dimension, in practical real world reality, material world aspects. So you're literally crushing somebody's destiny. You're crushing them in the astral realm. So they are immobile in their material world reality. Let's move on. We had this card on a permanent. I was shuffling. Next card, please. Yes, keeping you in a state of waiting. Like when you're awake, you're like, why is nothing moving forward? Why does everything? Yes. Why am I? Why am I living? Okay, in the daytime I'm daydreaming, and at night I'm just asleep, immobile. No, there are people who are very active in their dream state, and if they're not getting any dreams, it's just like sleeping. Heightened dream activity can be draining as well, but for people who have had consistent vivid dreams all throughout their life, and suddenly they go through a big dark phase of no dreams, and a kind of listlessness, demotivated, uninspired, uh, daytime state, just waiting for something to happen. So you're waiting for something to happen, and then you go to sleep, you wake up again, and then you're waiting. If this is happening to any one of you need to understand that there is interference. If they cannot actually harm you in physical reality, if they cannot stop you, if there's nothing for you to manipulate, so if you're a freelancer, if you have your own thing going on, or if you're literally way out of their league, and all they can do is enter your dream state and manipulate you. Like, I woke up at 3:50 a.m. last night, and I couldn't go off to sleep until 4:40, and 4:40 is like 0440. That's how it shows up on the digital clock. So it's like a number synchronicity. So somebody wanted me to uh be awake at those hours. They didn't get me at the witching hour. They missed me at the witching hour. But I was suddenly awake. I was I was having a set of dreams that was revealing something to me. I was being told it was something beautiful. It was a beautiful storyline, and it was a futuristic storyline, and it was very uplifting. It was peaceful. It was correct. It was peaceful because it was the right thing for me, which I know, the human rights that I have to live with freedom without somebody interfering with the process. And then there was an interference, and I was awake for almost an hour, and then the dreams changed the dreams changed from a beautiful happily ever after to this. Oh, nothing is working out for me. Oh my god. Where is everything? Where is everyone? All right, okay, I see everyone doing their own thing, occupied. Where is when is it going to be my time? And then I just went back to sleep, and I slept much longer than what I actually needed to sleep. And okay, we have the 10 of Cups here. So generally, the 10 of Cups speaks about, like, happiness, emotional fulfillment, finally, a happy home. But in this set of cards, the 10 of Cups is a people just speaking to each other about their grievances. They're these forces, especially now that they cannot affect your material wealth, because we're gifted, people who have these abilities of having vivid dreams, and lucid dreaming whenever they want to, astral travels whenever they want to, whether they're sleeping or awake. They're daydreaming, and they're dreaming at night. They know now, they know of the manipulation tactics, and now they have learned from it, and it's fixed now, that learning, and they know how to speak and use their talents to their benefit. They've reached this point. They're definitely not thinking about these people, these interferences. They're not worried about them. Who cares? But but it's keeping them in this constant state of physical separation from their real soulmates. And that is really unfair. And these soulmates, yes, they do meet on the astral plane. And they're meeting in these sweet dreams and in these uh, miserable nightmares as well. And they are communicating. But some people want to intrude on your rights so much, because they just cannot see. They just cannot see this. They just cannot tolerate this. They just cannot tolerate, because they come from they're functioning in this energy field, which is evil. It's pure evil. It's demonic forces, demonic energies. And you, as a human soul, if you go and continuously tap into that source of energy, you're going to lose your soul. It's literally like you sold your soul to the devil the first time you did it. And now, because somehow these people are connected to these souls, like, these souls, these souls were just doing their own thing, and then wanting to spend more time with each other, wherever it might be, if not in physical reality, in the astral plane. Like how these people cannot do anything to your physical reality at all, like, with material resources, because you're out of reach and out of their league. They're manipulating you in your dream state. Like, oh, if they see me in my dream, in their dream, oh, they will want to talk to me, or they will want to be friends with me. That kind of, it's harassment. It's psychological, subconscious harassment. All it is doing is pushing these two people closer together, and the gap is going to completely close. These people are going to be wedged together. It's just that the reason why they are separate in the physical dimension is because they don't want to discuss this misery. They don't want to be miserable like this. They don't want to be miserable. They don't want to have miserable conversations. That is what is coming through. We have the Knight of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. There is definitely help coming. There is definitely help coming in the astral plane if anybody is uh, uh, suffering from this kind of interference. Like I said, Ten of Pentacles. You will see two people who've got to be together are going to be together. All right, so the Emperor showing up here with the Eight of Swords and the King of Pentacles. So there is definitely the masculine rising up to this task. The masculine is rising up. The Emperor has figured it out. The Emperor has figured it all out. And he's figured it out. These sirens, the manipulation spell work that was done, he's figured it out. He's figured it out. The Eight of Swords, again, it's the mind. It was to trap and immobilize him. This is the Emperor. You can see the similarities. He rescued himself out of this spell work on his own. Now there are all of these people surrounding him, mainly feminine figures, fake friends, fake associates, people with fake association pretending to care for him. Look at this, like, her expression. She's like thinking, he's figured it out. He's figured it out. I don't even know what I'm doing. These two, she's playing music. She's like, oh, I'm gonna, oh, you've come out of such a horrible situation. We're here to take care of you. These fake friends gather because what happens with uh, figuring things out without physical proof, figuring things out, investigating things spiritually and or psychically. The in physical world reality, whoever is being nice to you or is shows you a little bit of kindness, especially after this kind of hardship, you automatically uh, uh, put them aside and say that, okay, I cannot at present include them in the list of suspects because they're too close to me. There is a sort of intimacy here, but it's fake. It's fake. It's that they're too close. They're too they're too close to the Emperor and too close for comfort. So they're trying to be close to him so that if you're too close to someone, they will not see you. They will not be able to see your true face. It's when either one of them moves away is when you start realizing who they are truly behind that fake mask. So they're putting up a facade. a fake friendship, a fake concern, a fake uh, uh, zone of intimacy. Oh, I'm so close to you. Yeah, you're our emperor. We love you. You know, but these two are in the psychic realm, in the astral realm. These two are the same as these two. These four. So these two sirens have multiplied into four and are surrounding the divine masculine. But he has figured it out, and he's sending them away one by one. He's sending them away. They look very disappointed, sad, dejected. These two know that okay, they're up next. So there is definitely a there are definitely authorities now. This is the oldest one, the most senior. This is a uh, assistant to this senior official who is taking charge of this. And then there are people who couldn't live their lives, who are who are a part of this team, like this couple here, these individuals here, the these two couples here, you know who who work right under these two. They have a lot of respect for them, but they also have respect for their lives, till this higher official was under the spell. They had to just live in misery like this and just hope to meet in the land of dreams. Just embrace and do nothing, just find each other in the astral plane and be there. But there was some kind of interference last night. There was definitely some kind of interference last night that broke this spell. Broke this spell. Whoever has done this, and I know the person who has done this, that somebody that I know. I mean, nobody came and told me, but I can see it very clearly here. But whoever's watching this video, and if you find out whoever has undone the spell work, anybody who left their home last night after speaking up, please congratulate them and thank them from my side, because they have shifted the energy so fast. This started moving throughout the day. These sirens were sent away. This this is a witch coven gossiping about people, spreading false information, keeping people away from each other or in constant misery by speaking ill, by speaking negative things, by speaking lies. Demoral, so demoralization, bringing somebody's morale down. And it can be anything. It can be uh, gossiping about celebrities constantly, like feeding rumors, uh, talking about their love life, talking about the substances that they use and painting them in a negative light. And we watch those celebrities, those movie stars, in so many places, especially in films and songs and advertisements. And whenever we see them, all of these negative, gossipy things that have been said to us as rumors, we take it as jokes. We don't pay attention. It's like all fun, but it demoralizes us. It brings our morale down, and that is hate crime. That is hate crime directed towards you, not the celebrities. That is hate crime directed towards you. Gossiping, spreading rumors, just speaking spiteful things, talking about other people's personal life constantly and laughing and mocking it. Look at this old wise man, the emperor, is tired. He's tired. He's not interested in listening to all of this. He's just devastated, immobilized. His spirit, it can't move. He's done with all of this. And a the uh, people in probably their uh, mid to late 30s. This could even be, I don't see anybody in their 20s, but people in their 30s kind of spoke up yesterday and said that this has to stop. Nobody deserves to be in this kind of state. It's hate crime. It's psychological manipulation and attack. We don't know what people's lives are like especially when it comes to highly celebrated people. They are celebrities live a very, very, very different life. They do not have time for some things. They don't have the privilege of time for some things that normal people have. They're constantly they're constantly focused on maintaining their lifestyles. It's as simple as that. They're taking care of themselves. They're constantly grooming. They're always being asked to speak. They also have families, and their families are also they have families. They have friends. All of that is functioning in between very, very, very demanding uh, professions and occupations. They so it is definitely it's fiction. You're feeding because somebody's popular, because somebody's a celebrity. You think it is okay to use their name and talk about their association in a negative light and spread it to people who don't even care about what that celebrity is doing. So the next time they see that celebrity in a piece of art or wherever they are, so it automatically unlocks that negativity. That is what I meant earlier by psychological manipulation. That spell work, this gossiping and spreading rumors and talking about people's personal lives, people's personal affairs or work or anything, the way they dress or what they said yesterday, mocking people, speaking about them negatively, is all psychological manipulation spell work, and it is hate crime. done towards you. This is what the masculine inside all of us is realizing. 4444. So double four, double four, as I said that. And that is the number of the masculine. Number four. The masculine has realized of how it has let everybody demoralize his being, his life, his spirit. This is spiritual investigation. This is spiritual investigation and truth telling. Your spirit has been hurt. Send these people away. Send these people away one by one. Put it out there that this is the thing that you need for. There are authorities. There are authorities, probably retired authorities, who are now instructing their descendants on the force to do this. Send these people packing away, because you cannot put them in jail, because yes, you cannot prove spiritual and psychological crimes, because that'll take another 10 lifetimes. So send them away. Once this goes away, this hate crime stop. The main thing about the main thing that these officials realize towards after retirement is that it was not about how many people they put behind bars. It's about how they stopped a crime ring, how they nipped it in the bud. They put an end to it. That is what matters more than proving your strength or getting evidence against the criminals or getting facts. It's about spiritual justice. It's about knowing how to subtly take care of these people spreading hate, malicious thoughts, evil thoughts, and pretending to be your friend, your confidants, your brothers from another mother, your sisters. No, these are witch covens who spew gossip and negativity, sitting there and talking crap, petty stuff, interfering in between people's dreams as they. So in the movie Inception, we see like the dream world is as real as the physical one. We spend so much time, we spend a considerable percentage of our life sleeping in the dream world. It is as real as your world when you're awake. This is the truth. This is the truth. And this is accessing this energy, sending this energy towards people who you're pretending to be friends with is a crime on a very high level. On the physical plane, you can go to jail. That's it. That's about it. And you might do a few years or a few days, in jail, and you'll be released, and you can go back to living your life. But if you're in spiritual jail, that's forever. That's hell. That's true hell. If you're sending this energy down, if you've ever tapped into this energy, on purpose, intentionally, and interfered in anybody's dream reality, then you are going to be sent to spiritual jail, and the timeline, a time doesn't exist there, so it's literally forever. And this spell work that was done to undo this demoralization, bringing down somebody's spirit, these interference spells, these spells that was done, they're for infinity. Like I said, once the spell is being undone, that means the crime has been uncovered. That's why you've got the sequence of words to speak to undo that spiritual crime, the spiritual spell work that was a criminal activity. Once that is, once this is done, it's for infinity. Spiritual jail time is for infinity. So whatever was done to these people in authoritative positions and designations who have retired and snapped out of this stupor, this lull, this immobility, they're still alive, by the way. So there's going to be physical jail time as well. It's definitely going to be physical jail time as well because they're still alive. And this is going to be permanent. This is going to be permanent spiritual jail time. Your spirit, your soul is going to be under jail time for eternity. So if this was, let's say, for uh, a couple of years, I'm getting a couple of years, 1 year and 8 months probably, almost. If this was done for a couple of years, then spiritual jail time, punishment for eternity, is multiplied by infinity. So it's going to be a constant state of absolute immobility and spiritual jail. There is no moksha, there is no liberation for such souls. It's not hell, it's just a state of limbo forever. It's a state of limbo forever. I'm just telling this the truth here. I'm like a soothsayer. It's like once you start walking on a path, that's where it leads you to. That's where it leads you to. And of course, it has to be intentional. So if you've done this unintentionally, like, if you were part of this unintentionally, the, the answer to correct this is to speak up, to undo this. You have been guided. You have been guided by the heavens. There's lightning here. You've been guided to do it time and again. And yes, people have done this. People have done this. They have done it. Last night, yes, I know they have done it. Energetically, definitely. In the astral plane, in the mental realm, in the mental world, definitely. There's a lot of mathematics coming up. So, yes, in the Platonic world as well, the mathematical world as well. Sometimes in some scenarios it takes a little bit of time to be able to physically do things that you have already done energetically, because the events have to happen for the right time for you to be able to do it, and things like that. But I think it was impromptu and sudden, like it was an element of surprise. So it didn't give these forces who were interfering any chance to do anything. The energy was put out there and actually physically done as well. Vocalization, actual vocalization in words, in physical reality. So, congratulations, everybody. We have justice and we have freedom. And thank you to the people who have made sure that this stops. 1010 is also ending, so it is done. It is absolutely done. None of this. None of this. I hope somebody watches this and the comment section is open, and we really need to speak up about these things and put an end to this. Our lives are for living, in abundance, not to be puppets in the hands of these low vibrating energies and the kind of games that they play. Thank you for watching.